Hey, my name is Lester Spence. I'm a professor of political science and Africana studies at Johns Hopkins University. What I wanted to do in this moment is go through a couple of responsibilities slash duties that I think we have as faculty, particularly as tenured faculty in social sciences, humanities, and then also to a lesser extent in the medical sciences and biological sciences. What I'm about to say also holds for faculty more broadly, but in the case, but continued contingent faculty are in a precarious position, as and tenured track faculty are in kind of a different position as well. So, um, yeah, what I say kind of fits them, but your mileage may vary. But I'll start out by way of a story. So, my first job as a tenure track professor was at Washington University in St. Louis, and I started in 2000. Fall 2001, I taught a course entitled Public Opinion and American Democracy. I'm actually just looking at that old syllabus now, probably for the first time since that moment, because yeah, 9/11 happened actually on a Tuesday. September 11th that year was on a Tuesday. So the attacks happened that morning. I remember my then wife driving me to campus and us listening to Tom Joyner as he joked about a plane hitting one of the towers. He was joking about it because he didn't know the scope of what had happened, but he just thought, as I did, that at first it was just like a small cutter or something, but we realized then it was something bigger. Classes were canceled that day. I remember walking with a colleague, Lisa Valdez. We walked through the dorms. That might have been one of the only times I've been in the dorms on campus, just seeing, how people were doing. And then classes were canceled Wednesday. So my first class for that semester, I think, was that following Thursday, which would have been September 13th. Um, so I remember walking into that class thinking that the syllabus as I had designed it wasn't really appropriate for the moment. It was, as I'm scrolling, it contained like a lot of readings, some readings by de Tocqueville. Then after de Tocqueville, some readings about kind of um, public opinion and kind of survey research stuff. Which would have been straightforward for if the attacks hadn't happened. But afterwards, it seemed woefully inappropriate, and that it wouldn't really serve the students given how I thought the country was going to change, and given what this is the beginning of the 21st century, given what that meant, I think, for 21st century conceptions of citizenship. Right, we kind of needed to kind of create a new citizen, or help develop the skill set for a new type of citizen. So what I thought about doing was just basically scrapping the syllabus and starting over from scratch. So I talked about it with the class, and we agreed to do so. Um, and we did. I scrapped the syllabus. We focused a lot more on political economy, a lot more on media effects, focused a lot more on propaganda. Rather, we did talk about racial attitudes, but I think we talked about racialization, the process by which a group of people are made into kind of a biologically distinct population. And certainly that was what was happening with Southeast Asian populations in St. Louis and other places. Um, I can't speak to how good a job I did, but I am actually still in touch with at least a couple of students of those classes. And even though they'd have been doing dope stuff already, I think it had at least a little bit of an effect on them. But it definitely had an effect on me. I realized that we had a certain type of responsibility, a certain type of duty in general, but particularly in moments like this. So with that, I actually want to segue to a couple of things that I think this moment presents for us as far as opportunities and responsibility.